trying to go at it. We're trying to go at it alone. It does look different in here because it is nighttime.
Yes.
It is.
I have my cup of tea. You see this?
Well, don't be mad at me when you can't sleep because tea has caffeine too.
No, this is like sleepy time tea. So hopefully I get to stay awake for the next hour.
But we've got Thanksgiving next week, and Renae and I are going to take the entire week off because, well, we're not taking the week off, but
we're not taking the week off.
We have everybody coming into town for the special.
For the taping of your Netflix special, yes. Simple Man,
and Thanksgiving. So it's very, very exciting. But we don't want to podcast next week. But
even like we were talking about, even if we podcast now, we were like, when do we need to podcast so that producer Rick has time to edit it too? Because
he wants to have a Thanksgiving, and he's our producer and
he's going to be in San Antonio. Yeah.
So, but we are, after taking that little break that Renae and I took, we're actually excited to get back in the saddle. So, we didn't want to just not do one because we wanted to do it.
We wanted to do a Thanksgiving episode. This is like the Thanksgiving.
Oh, is that what we wanted to do? Is it
well, because I asked you, I was like, are we going to do because we had Peter on as a guest, but that would have been like kind of what was our Thanksgiving episode.
But this week is Thanksgiving. If anybody's even going to watch.
Oh, I think people will.
Well, I think they'll pick it back up.
Well, no, but people have been telling me that they actually watch our podcast on the TV. Like they play it on the TV. They enjoy doing that.
Well, we appreciate you guys for doing that. So if you are new to the podcast,
yes,
welcome. And we're so happy you're here with us. And we love you and welcome to the family.
We're thankful that you've joined us.
So what are you thankful for this year?
What am I thankful for?
So much to be, and I think sometimes, I'm sorry to interrupt. I asked you a question, but you look beautiful with your, I'm thankful for your dress.
I asked Lori, I said, is this not Thanksgiving appropriate? And she said, oh, it's fine. The people who are going to complain are going to complain.
No, I just think that sometimes holidays, we forget what is that holiday about and what is it for,
like
right?
The
and
actual meaning of that holiday, you mean?
Christmas sometimes feels like we've gotten very far from Christ.
Yeah.
Right? And we have to remind ourselves, and we put up beautiful lights on our home. And I do that because I can.
Because we want Santa to know where to land his sleigh.
No, it means a lot to me because, I didn't have that house growing up.
Yeah.
I will never say that I didn't have a wonderful home, and we had a wonderful home, and my dad always put Christmas lights up, and we always decorated, but not like this. I drove by houses like this and said, one of these days I'm going to do that, right? So we have these beautiful lights around our home, and Renae and I were like, wait a minute, we cannot forget to be proud that we are Christians and that this is about Christ. So we have this beautiful, huge nativity scene.
But it's not Christmas yet. It's Thanksgiving.
I know. That was the whole thing. But my point is that we had to remind ourselves to make sure that we include Christ in our Christmas.
Yeah.
And then Thanksgiving is one of those deals where, we are supposed to be thankful. And traditionally, the New World, if you will, where they were thankful for the Native Americans that helped them adapt to the new land.
Yeah.
Right? So I think Thanksgiving should be about being thankful. What do you think? Now back to your question.
It is.
What are you thankful for?
No, I was like, you're like every other department store. Jump into Christmas. I was like, I am living in Thanksgiving.
No, I'm all about it. But I don't know if I'll make it through this episode. Okay, go ahead. What are you thankful for first?
I can't believe it's November already. Like the end of November. I don't know where this year went. I really, really don't know where this year went. But I feel like we've accomplished so much. I even feel like we've done so much in the last 2 months.
What are you thankful for?
What am I thankful for? I am thankful that you're able to continue to work. I'm thankful that you and I get to sit around this table every week. Like, I know we've talked about this before, but never, ever did I ever think I would do a podcast with my husband and that it would allow us to know people in Singapore and Thailand and
all over the world. Just say all over the world. Yeah.
Like
Australia.
I mean, when people comment like "Hi from such and such," and
India.
I watch you. Yes, I watch you from here. I that like still catches me off guard. That's such a crazy thing, Steve Trevino.
It is crazy. I am thankful for, even though we are filming and even though things are crazy, I really feel like, since our little thing, that this year's coming to an end.
Yeah.
But it's slowing down.
Yeah.
We had a great past few weeks where, it just feels like it's finally coming back to normal.
Yeah.
Like, we're not running a million miles an hour. We haven't been for the past few weeks, which is nice. And I am thankful for that. The feeling of, we're back into this kind of routine and I've taken some time off and the end of the year is coming to an end. We're taking more time off and my family and just being together in our health. I am just so thankful for all the people that have continued to buy tickets, that continue to watch, because I do have a real anxiety that if I take off, they're going to forget about me.
Yeah.
I have an anxiety that one day all this is going to end. And all of a sudden I'm going to wake up one day and people are no longer going to buy tickets. And they're just going to go, you know what, Steve's time has come and passed. And we're just not into seeing Steve anymore. So,
well, not until after you see this next Netflix special. Because it's so good. There's so many good jokes in this special.
So I'm just so thankful for all my family and the time that we get to spend together. And really, and I meant to mention this to you today. I mean, we didn't really talk about it today, but I just feel like this past couple weeks we've been able to breathe.
Yeah, I love this time at the end of the year when like the sports and the activities and things start to slow down, like those seasons end. And I do feel like at the end of every year we get a week that really sort of slows down and we don't have to have the kids at school so early. We can have those lazy mornings and those long late breakfasts. And you and I always joke about like how the one day in Christmas PJs, by the end of it, we're like, okay, I'm over PJs. But like to have that day where you can be in your PJs all day long.
Well, but I'm also really looking forward to Vegas.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're chilling out, but we also have this really big thing coming.
The special is like the crescendo and Vegas is like the celebration.
Yes, the party.
Yeah.
But for me, you're the one that's doing all the work. You're the one that is in meetings and figuring out director stuff and lighting stuff. And, for me, it's just another show. What I am excited about is to share, my managers are coming, my agents are coming, we're all going to celebrate this thing together, and I've known my new manager for 20 years. So it's kind of a big, like, hey man, let's get together. Let's enjoy each other's company, so.
Oh, I'm nervous. But to me, I'm excited.
But I'm not nervous. Like, I'm just ready to perform. I mean, I'm nervous with all the moving parts when it comes to family and friends and the backstage. But I feel like, Lori and the whole team is kind of getting ahead of that. But to me, it's just another show.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean.
Well, good. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that. I'll be nervous for you. Everybody
seems to be nervous for me, which makes me nervous. Like, are you nervous, Steve? I'm nervous that you're nervous. Why are you nervous?
Yeah.
But I'm super, grateful for it. But to go back to having the conversation about sports, like that's one of the things that me and Miss Captain Evil here are dealing with is like, this is the first full year of travel baseball. Mm-hmm. So we're really trying to get a handle on, what and how we want to do it. right? And then Garrett chose to play football in the summer, which I think everybody agreed that was a bad idea. And then Garrett is playing football and baseball here in the fall. And we just, this is our first time. We need to really start figuring out, okay, what are we going to do?
You know what? For me, it's hard. Like, I remember as a kid being involved in so many activities. I wasn't athletic, so it wasn't sports. But I was involved in so many activities. And I think... I don't need you. No, I'm kidding. And I think that there's a lot of value to keeping your kids so busy that they can't get in trouble, exposing them to all sorts of activities and teammates and personalities and things like that. I think there's so much to be learned from that situation. But then also, like, where's the family time? Now, you know, you and I are having to split up. You've got Garrett one place. I've got Delilah another place. Now I'm talking to you like you're not even here. I really don't need you. But you know, where are the sitting down and having a meal together? Like, that's important too. And where are the moments where we're doing bedtime kind of together as a family instead of Steve and Garrett getting home really late? Like, that family time is important and valuable too. And so me as a mom, I really struggle with finding the balance between keeping my kid busy and out of trouble, but also there's value to the family stuff too.
But that's what we're trying to figure out, right? And we're trying to figure out, and you know, when it comes to baseball, you know, and sports for my son, my main goal is to teach him how to be a man. I want to use sports, teach him to work hard, teach him to work with others, teach him to understand commitment, being there for your teammates, right?
Yeah.
Learning respect, learning how to be part of a team, being around men with high moral standards, right? You know, I want my son to be coached by men that are accountable, that do the right thing, right? So all those things are very important to me. Now, do I love baseball and do I hope that Garrett goes on to play baseball at a high level? Absolutely. Yeah. Right? And then there's also that question of, is travel ball, playing in the spring and playing in the fall, the best thing for him, for his baseball development, right? Now, everybody will tell you, don't just play baseball, you'll burn him out, right? Yeah. Everybody will tell you, make sure that he's getting the proper training, right? So for me, you know, fall ball, I don't know if I'm going to play fall baseball next year. And the reason being, so let me explain. The reason being is because fall baseball, the competition at the tournaments was, might as well have played Little League. Yeah. I mean, it was terrible. I mean, literally terrible. We are undefeated.
At this age, anyway. At this age. Maybe when they're older, it's a different story.
The last tournament, we won 10-0.
And 14-0.
And 14-0. Like, I mean, there's no competition. Now, let's just take Saturday, for example. Yeah. Saturday, Garrett got to hit the ball. He played 2 games. He got to go up to bat maybe 4 times. Okay? So he got to hit the ball 4 times. Yeah. If I can remember, maybe they hit the ball to him 5 times.
That he caught the ball, fielded the ball.
Well, to him.
Okay.
Right? So my thing is, it's like, man, you know, and on Tuesday when we practice, there's 10 other kids on the field. How many reps is he getting with the team? And then how many reps is he getting on Saturday? Yeah. Not many. Yeah. And I wonder to myself, like, man, if when I play ball with him, the amount of reps that he gets where I'm hitting baseballs to him and I'm hitting baseballs to him and I'm hitting baseballs to him in 15 minutes versus the get in the car, go to practice, get to practice. Yeah. He gets maybe a third of the reps in that hour and a half.
Then y'all can hit balls, and Delilah and I can field balls and catch them back to you. It can be a whole family affair.
You know, so I'm trying to figure out what the best thing is for Garrett, but yeah, definitely not playing 2 sports in the fall,
Yeah.
right? It's pick, well, and remember, we're also doing jujitsu.
Right.
You know, jujitsu for me is a lifelong sport for Garrett. It is a martial art. It's like music. He's learning a very specific skill that a lot of people do not have.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. It has been a great year. We absolutely love the parents, the coaches, the teammates, the kids.
Yeah.
You know, we love everybody, and you know we can still be on that team in the spring. But I really got to figure out what next fall is going to look like. And I think that as you have your kids and you go through life, you kind of you have to, like, we did it. We wanted to do it all, and now we're like, okay,
we gotta find some balance.
And, you know, I'm already talking to Garrett about, hey, man, like in the next couple of years, I'm going to stop coaching you and I'm going to start coaching Delilah.
Yeah.
You know, like take him to, he's 8 now, take him to 10.
Yeah.
And then start picking it up with Delilah.
Yeah.
Because I'm better with the littles.
Yeah.
You know, I like being with the littles. I like
You're
the little
so
kids.
silly and encouraging.
Silly and
fun.
fun. And,
Yeah.
you know, and to be honest with you, even, you know, this fall season, some of that fun and excitement for the kids has gone away because they're just getting older and it's becoming more competitive. And, you know, so I think I'll take Garrett to 10, step away.
Yeah.
And then boom, Delilah's 5. And now it's, you know, help Delilah and be a girl dad. Right. But we still haven't figured out what Delilah wants to do.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Oh, well, you're going to have to coach. I don't have athletic bone in my body.
No, but
there's no way I could coach soccer or softball. Or
but I don't know what she's going to want to do.
Whatever it is she
Is
might
it
wanna
soccer?
do.
Is it softball? Is it dance? Is it gymnastics? I don't know.
Because I can do first position, second position, third position. I can do that.
I definitely want her to do jujitsu.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, and I want to share this since we're kind of out there. But do you have anything else on that topic before I move on?
On sports, no.
No.
Nope. Moving on from sports. Happy to move on.
I want to tell all of you that have a daughter that jujitsu, if you want her to self-defend herself, jujitsu is the one.
Well, you know what?
Not karate.
Oh,
not kickboxing.
Is the form of martial art.
Yes, not kickboxing. Jiu-jitsu.
Because there's such a mental component as opposed to physical?
Yes.
Because you can physically overcome someone who is bigger and stronger if you know how?
If you know jiu-jitsu and you're good at jiu-jitsu, the smaller person and the weaker person can get away or beat up the bigger untrained person.
Yeah.
Right? And I tell people all the time, well, I'm going to teach my daughter to punch. Okay, well, she's probably going to get attacked by a grown man. And I don't care, unfortunately, I don't care how strong a woman is. You punching a grown man in the face is just going to piss him off.
Yeah.
The odds are you are not going to knock him out.
Yeah.
However, if that grown man wants to do something terrible to you and takes you to the ground, then jiu-jitsu is the skill that's going to help you get away, hurt that person, choke them, break their arm, right?
Yeah.
And handle yourself in a situation where they're trying to grab you, they're trying to restrain you, they're trying to hold you down to the ground. And if you know jiu-jitsu, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Right? So if you have a daughter and you're thinking to yourself, I want to put her in a martial art so that she can learn to defend herself, kickboxing's not it.
Yeah.
Right? Boxing is not it.
Yeah.
Right? It is jiu-jitsu. I mean, you look at Macy, right? Macy was Garrett's jiu-jitsu coach, and when we met her, she was what, 15?
I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah.
She was 15 or 16. Well, she is now a purple belt. Right? Purple?
I don't know the belts. I don't know what that is.
I forget what she is, but she's pretty high up.
Yeah.
I roll with her, and I have the hardest time with her, and I am trained.
Yeah.
She is just so good. She is so good, and I can't get her, and she can tap me, but I can't tap her.
Yeah.
You know, like, she is freaking amazing.
I didn't know you had rolled with Macy.
Oh yeah, Miss Macy goes out there. She rolls with the grown men, and
Yeah.
and all the dudes in there, unless they're her belt or higher, they can't beat her.
I know a while back you were like, Renae, I think you would really like jujitsu. Like, I think you should go and try it. And I was like, no, I have no desire in spending time on that, doing that. But if you and Garrett are sticking with it and Delilah wants to do it too, then I think I will. Then I think it will like.
I think I want to encourage Delilah to do jujitsu and to do another sport and then an instrument.
Yeah.
You know, because dude, our kids love to sing. I mean, it is amazing how they remember songs. I forgot to close that door. You mind closing it for me, please? Thank you. They're just so musically inclined, you know, and they have parents in the arts. So, you know, we got to. And Garrett just loved being in that play.
Oh, well, I didn't tell you. So there's a theater company here. There's a few, but the one that we went to,
Theater.
We had a friend in a play. And so I took the kids to see Finding Nemo Jr. Did I talk about this on the podcast? I don't remember.
No,
anyway,
not on the podcast.
I didn't tell you. Afterwards, all the kids, there were probably like 50 kids in this show. And afterwards, they're all outside in their costumes, you know, and their family and friends can come say hi and take pictures with them. Delilah wanted to go up to all of the all of the actors in their costume. Like, she went right up to the boy who was the shark, and she was just like, "Hi, I'm Delilah."
She thought it was so cool.
Thought it was, and I thought I didn't expect that reaction out of her, but she was so into all of the kids in their costumes after the show.
That is awesome. What was, I mean, I think I can, and you know, this is also part of the reason that we are so different, right?
Yeah.
So Thanksgiving for you, like, I used to go to your house for Thanksgiving and I'd just be sitting there like, okay, well, there's no screaming. There's no there's no laughing. There's no dirty jokes. Nobody's playing 31. Nobody's playing games. Nobody's gambling.
Y'all are all about the games and the gambling in your family.
So I would go, and was it always like that? So it was your grandmother.
It was both sets of grandparents.
They would come over, but not the whole time.
No, they would not hang out.
And then just your siblings, right?
My uncles.
Well, they would stop by.
Aunt.
When I would go, they would stop by. They'd come and say hello.
Well, we always do Thanksgiving lunch. My mom would make lunch. We'd go to church in the morning, Thanksgiving service, and then we would have lunch. She'd like wake up super early and start cooking, and she'd prep the night before so that we could come home from church and we'd all have a meal. And then that way,
but no
one was driving at night.
How many people were at Thanksgiving? 10?
15?
No.
12?
How 15?
12, 15? If you include
both sets of grandparents, that's 4.
Yes. My family.
The 5 of y'all.
Oh, there's
4.
5 of us.
Yes, there's 5 of you. You're kind of one out. So there's 9.
That's 9.
And then Fernie, 10, 11.
And my Uncle Ralph and his kids.
So, yeah, like 15.
Yeah.
But they would come and go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, everyone would come eat. Like I said, everyone would come eat, and then they would all like make a plate and take it home for dinner.
Well, my favorite, when my grandmother was alive, like when my mom's mom was still alive.
Yeah.
That was my favorite time because my grandmother had 9 kids. So my mom was one of 9. So wherever grandma was, everybody was there.
Yeah.
You know, and then my uncle, Ricardo, he had 6 kids. And then my tia Güera had 2.
Yeah.
And then it was Lalo had 2. Aurora had 5. We were 3. Uncle Renae, there was 2.
Yeah.
The Davilas, you know, they were 4.
Yeah.
Right.
Your parents had so many brothers and sisters.
They were 3. Yeah. But when grandma was alive, everybody would do Thanksgiving at one house.
Yeah.
And it was a fucking party. And Cowboys games and, we'd set up the volleyball net, and us, all the kids would go outside and play volleyball.
Yeah.
The dirty jokes, everybody laughing, screaming, playing 31, gambling.
Yeah.
That for me
Fights.
was.
I feel like with that many people, there must have been disagreements and fights.
No disagreements, no fights. There was a lot of laughing, lots and lots of laughing, and that side of my family, very creative artists. We would do, if it was too cold, we would do a talent show for the family, right? And we'd all go.
Kids would
all
all
us kids
perform?
would go to the back and come out and perform, and those Thanksgivings for me were my favorite. And when my grandmother passed away, who was the glue, when she passed away, then everybody kind of started doing
Their own families.
their own family thing. But for me, when you're looking at 9 brothers and sisters with spouses, so just the siblings and their spouse, you're looking at 18.
Yeah.
And then let's
Their
just
kids,
let's
that's
just
40.
average all of
Now
them
you're
have
looking
3
at 40.
kids, right? So 3 times 9, right?
Yeah.
All in one house, having things, and then we would do these huge prayers, right, where we would all hold hands all the way around the living room and the kitchen and around the table, and my grandmother would say a prayer, and we would eat Thanksgiving together. That was for me my favorite Thanksgivings.
Yeah.
And that says a lot about us, because I still like everybody. I still like the big Christmases and the big Thanksgivings and the big family, the laughing and the gambling, and my cousin, we'd always do it at Gabriel's house. Well, he had a pool table and a ping pong table and a video camera and video games. So boom, all of a sudden we're doing a ping pong tournament.
Yeah.
And we're all out there having a ping pong tournament or a pool tournament, or so it was always big for me, and I loved it.
Yeah.
And I like big. And I understand how you don't, because I'm not kidding you, dude. Like, I'd be at your house for Thanksgiving, like, all right, maybe there's me and your dad and your brother watching the game. Like, okay.
Yeah.
This is fun, But I like the chaos.
Yeah.
We had so many people that we would all do numbers for Thanksgiving.
What is that? What do you mean?
Where you buy a number, a football pot number. So Thanksgiving, we'd be like, doing, $5 a square football pots.
Oh, gotcha.
Again, gambling, right? But I loved it. And those were the Thanksgivings for me that were special for me.
Yeah.
And I guess a little bit of me wants to be that house.
Yeah.
Right. I have the pool table. I have, hey, y'all come over to my house, right? Let's do it here, So I think sometimes that that gets the better of me.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I just want my parents.
No, it's just it is. To feed all of those people is so overwhelming, and like the work of having whether you cook it, because last year the grandmas, we have 3 grandmas that help me cook, so it's not like I cook it all myself, but the prepping of the meal is a whole thing. The grocery shopping of a meal is a whole thing. The cleaning up after you've cooked all that food is a whole thing. Like, it's a lot of work, and especially when you're talking about a lot of people.
No, absolutely, it's a lot of work, and again, I'm all about. I don't necessarily. I do cook for Thanksgiving. But the problem is, like, I love the way I make my mashed potatoes, and then your mom's like, we don't like them like that. So I'm like, okay, well, you make your mashed potatoes the way you make your.
Do you put
mashed
sour cream in them? Do you not?
Yeah.
Do you put the skin in them? Do you not?
Yeah. So
how do you make your mashed potatoes?
Your mom was like, I don't like the way Steve makes his mashed potatoes. So I'm like, all right, then Mary, you make the damn.
Well,
mashed
this year,
potatoes.
because we're filming the Netflix special and we are having so many people, we have ordered Thanksgiving, so I don't know if the mashed potatoes are going to have skins in them or not, but hopefully people eat them.
Well, who knows? But hopefully they eat them. But that's why I don't cook, because it's like, well, I like the way I make my turkey stuffing. I'm like, okay, well then you You do your thing, but
I like the decorating. I like the setting the table with the pretty dishes and the placemats and the centerpiece. Like, I love that part of hosting. And I think that's what it is too, is like to be able to host like that for a huge group is hard. It's much more manageable to set a beautiful table for
but I think
than 50.
I think women in general, and it's one of my jokes in my new special, in general, I'm not saying all women, before that people go fucking nuts. Women in general
I'm thankful for all women.
Are specifically my wife. My wife is, I'm never worried about presentation. Like, I'm like, hey, there's food here. People can grab it. They can eat. I will feed everybody very, very well. Renae, you want things perfect.
Oh, but because that's my thing. Like, that's the thing I do well. So I want to be able to do it well. I don't cook, so that's not my thing. I'm not a good cook.
I get it. I'm just saying that sometimes I feel like you put too much pressure on yourself when we have a lot of people, because this year we're going to have a crazy amount of people.
Yeah.
You put a lot of pressure on yourself that you're not willing to enjoy because, well, we made deviled eggs and they're not in your deviled egg tray. And to me, it's like, hey, don't let that not let you enjoy.
Yeah, the Thanksgiving meal.
Because I could give a shit. You could put the deviled eggs on a piece of foil.
Yeah.
And I'd be
No,
happy,
it's hard,
right?
but it's also hard for me to like, not that I'm a neat freak, but like it's also hard for me to like, I don't feel relaxed when there's like dirty dishes all over the kitchen. Like, it's like, it's the feeling when you check into a hotel and everything is like clean and you're like, oh, this is calming. When it's like chaos in my kitchen, I don't feel like I can chill and relax.
That's on you. I can relax and chill.
You just go to the barn. Maybe I'll just go to the barn so I don't have to see it.
What is your must-have food for Thanksgiving?
Oh, well, because it's so easy. Like this one, I didn't order this one. I'm making it because it's so easy and the kids love it. Is the sweet potato casserole? It's basically like yams and marshmallows and a crap ton of brown sugar and cinnamon. Yep.
But that's your go-to. Like that makes me feel like I had Thanksgiving.
That and the cranberry sauce. Because when else do you have cranberry sauce?
Yeah. Oh, I have to have the deviled eggs.
You love your deviled eggs.
I love my mom's deviled eggs.
You always ask your mom to make them. Easter, Thanksgiving,
I like
Christmas.
walking by and let me go. What is that? Let me see what it is. Oh, I love deviled egg. Right? It's a nice little right? I gotta have the stuffing.
Oh, my mom! But that one is so much work. It takes so much time.
And lots of gravy.
Yeah.
And dark meat. I don't know how people can eat the white meat of a turkey.
That's what I do. I like the light meat.
No, it's got to be the dark meat. I like to make it all one big pile, and then I just gravy it. I gravy it. I just gravy all of it, and I just eat the potatoes. And if the gravy and the potatoes and the stuffing get together,
big wooden bowl.
That's all I need. Just put it all together, and I eat it up. But I do like the cranberry, and then. For pie wise, I always have to have a piece of pumpkin pie.
You know what?
Pumpkin
in the
and
past,
pecan.
Okay, last time I ordered because there's a great like mom and pop
pie
bakery.
Those?
They're already ordered.
Are we ordering
them? They deliver them.
Are they delivering?
They're delivering the pies to the house. But I ordered a smorgasbord of pies this year. But I think I only got 1 or 2 pumpkin just because like you have to have pumpkin at Thanksgiving dinner, but no one eats the pumpkin, babe.
I know. And I just have to have a little piece. I flirt, I go there pecan.
Yeah.
But I do have to have the apple's good.
The apple is what people eat.
Oh, then Arthur, my stepdad, God, he makes the most amazing macaroni and cheese.
That takes a long time.
I mean, he's out there. I mean, he's doing his thing, man. And it is, I need to learn how to do it because it is delicious.
He buys big old blocks, right? Of like 3 different kinds of cheeses. And then he grates all of his blocks.
Now, like I said, my must have to make it feel like Thanksgiving is a piece of pecan pie. I mean, a pumpkin pie, a deviled egg, and the stuffing.
Yeah.
If I have those things.
Yeah, stuffing is for sure Thanksgiving.
That definitely. And then I like to. We do lunch. I don't know if you guys do dinner. We do lunch at our house here because I like to revisit all day.
Yeah.
You do it for lunch, you eat, and then I don't go crazy for lunch. I eat, I enjoy, and then I just flirt.
Kind of graze all day.
The rest of the day, I'm like, oh, let me see. Let me get a little deviled egg here. Maybe a little turkey and a little small plate again. Like I eat all day because I'm a freaking slob. But I'm so excited to. This is going to be an interesting Thanksgiving, and I think it's going to be one that I will never forget.
I think so too. I know as much as I say like, oh my God, all the people. I actually am really looking forward to this Thanksgiving. I think it's going to be a very special and interesting and different Thanksgiving. And like you said, I think it'll be a Thanksgiving that we remember.
I think it'll be a Thanksgiving we'll never forget, and I'm just looking forward to it, and hopefully it goes off without a hitch. And
wait, actually, when this episode airs, it will be the day after Thanksgiving.
Yep.
We will be filming a special when this episode airs.
When this episode airs, we will be filming a special. And with that being said, I finally had to jump over to iPhone. And I had been meaning to talk about this.
What does this have to do with the special and Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving's over. Special's over. This last few minutes, I would like to spend some time
shitting on the iPhone.
Well, I think people need to know. First of all, I think this iPhone shit is a cult. Number one. Number two, Apple iPhone. Number two, most of the world is on Android. America, the United States of America is the one that is heavy on the iPhone.
I didn't know that until someone educated us on the fact that outside of the US, people are not Apple fanatics like we.
So just so people know that the reason I did it is because my son has a watch but not a phone. And the only way... I don't
know why Verizon didn't tell us when they saw the account and I'm there with them and I'm buying an Apple Watch, that we didn't have an iPhone and that I was going to need an iPhone to set up the damn watch.
Yeah, so the only way that you can track your kid, and that's why we're doing it, so that we can always know where Garrett is and what's going on, and Garrett can call in case of emergency, that kind of thing. So Garrett's phone is strictly for...
His watch.
His watch is strictly for parents, and that's all he can use it for, to call me or Renae, our grandparents. That is it, and only in case of emergency. And that way we can know where he is, right? So for safety purposes, because as human trafficking is through the roof. So that is one of the reasons that we did it. Come to find out that I could not get him a standalone watch without having an iPhone. So I had to go iPhone so that I could do that. Now, that's what it is. Here is my full assessment for those of you watching and listening.
Wait. Before you go into your assessment, can we talk about how much hell you have given me because I did not want to go to the iPhone?
Because one of us had to, and of course, I'm the one that always gives and gives in. Renae refused.
Yeah, no, but you don't care about pictures and videos. Like,
bullshit, I do care.
That's my thing. No, but I also keep track of them, and I make albums, and I archive my photos, and I know where they are, and I can go back and find them. I overshoot and over document, and the Google photos.
I always love when Renae tells me the things I care about and don't care about.
Oh, shut
she
your
doesn't
mouth.
ask me. She tells me, you don't care about this.
No, if we looked at the amount of pictures and video in your
can I give
storage account versus mine?
Can I give
way more?
Can I give my real assessment?
Okay.
Android versus iPhone. We're gonna start some shit. I guarantee you. I will tell you this. The watch, much better.
Yeah.
The watch is better than the Samsung Galaxy Watch.
Okay.
And better than Android watches.
Did you ever have a Google Pixel watch?
I had a Google Pixel watch, and not so good, if I'm being honest.
What happened to the Google Pixel watch?
I gave it to my mom.
Oh.
I tried to give it to you. You shit on it. I gave it to mom. This watch is superior.
Yeah.
In all ways. Now, let's get to the phone. Let's do accessories. The earbuds, garbage.
Which ones?
The iPhone, AirPods, garbage.
Yeah. Why are they garbage?
Battery life sucks. They're not at, I had Bose before. I could have those Bose in my backpack for traveling for months and not lose and use them just as much. The AirPods, they're out of power very quickly. The sound quality is not as good as the Bose. So garbage.
Okay.
Right. The phones. Let's get into the phones. Okay. Camera, not better. Camera, not better.
Oh, my camera's better for sure.
Yes, Android camera, better.
Yeah. I don't know about all Android phones, but my Google camera's amazing.
Quick functioning, Android. The way Android works, so much better than iPhone.
Yeah.
With iPhone, it's always an extra 2 steps to do what I want to do.
Which they say, like, at least on the computers, isn't it like simplicity is what Apple is all about, that it's supposed to be easy?
Android is so much more user-friendly.
Yeah.
So much more user-friendly. Now, I got the 15. I had the 14. I got the 15. I will say that the screen quality on this iPhone is to watch.
I'll give you that.
To watch.
Yeah.
To look at it, to watch, look at pictures, to watch a movie, right?
Yeah.
Great quality. Battery life, a little better with the iPhone. And for
Although I heard this new phone is like getting hot and overheating on some people.
I don't know, but it hasn't done it for me. But it's definitely not a better phone. Definitely not a better phone. Google Maps, way better than
I know people
Apple.
who have iPhones say you have to get Waze.
It is
because
you can
the
do
map
Google
is
Maps on
like-
it too. But I'm saying Apple Maps, fucking garbage. They'll send you down a one-way street. They don't care. Like, it's insane. Right? The screen, like I said, beautiful.
Yeah.
The price, ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
For these phones. It's
Yeah.
insane. And you don't get a better phone.
Yeah.
The Android phone, to me, was better function, better camera,
Yeah.
easier to use, right? Comparable battery,
Yeah.
comparable screen.
Yeah.
So if I were to pick, after being a longtime Android user, and now I've been doing this almost a year, I still would go back to Android.
Yeah.
I definitely still would go back to Android. And I took pride in being the green bubble. I love when people be like, fucking Trevino's got an Android. I'm like, yes, I do.
Yeah.
Right? And at the end of the day, the only thing that I will say, Apple CarPlay is better than Android Auto.
Yeah.
It syncs up better than Android Auto.
Yeah.
This CarPlay.
Yeah. Well, I think that probably has something to do with the fact that like apps are easier to develop for iPhones than they are for Android. And so I don't know.
I
I'm
guess.
not a techie person. I don't know why I'm saying I think I know.
But there is my honest assessment
Yeah.
of the iPhone versus the Android. You can argue with me if you want. You're not going to change my mind. If I were to pick, and I could do the same thing with Garrett's watch
Yeah.
with an Android.
Oh, well, I want you to come back to Google because that's what I have. So I just want them to make a better watch.
I think the Google Pixel, for the money and the camera and the
But I use Google Calendar. I use Gmail. I use Google Photos to save my photos.
But you don't feel
I buy
like
all the storage.
you don't feel bad when you upgrade your Google phone.
Yeah.
Because it's $600.
Yeah.
Right? These things are $1,500 or $1,200. I mean, it's
I guess because I
crazy.
don't use them, I didn't realize how expensive they were. This is an amazing phone for half
It's
the price.
It's an amazing phone.
Yeah.
Right? So anyway, I had been meaning to talk about it on the podcast. Have not had a chance. We hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We hope it was full of family and love. And I truly, truly hope that you took a minute to truly be thankful for all the things that are in your life and all the things that you have.
We count you as one of our blessings.
Yes. And remember, the glass is half full, not half empty. If you spend your life focused on the things you don't have, you will not be happy. Focus on the things that you do have, and life will be fantastic. I am Steve Trevino, and we are sponsored by
Aztec Chevy. If you're going to buy a car, give Aztec Chevy and Aztec Ford a chance.
Goliath Ford and Uvalde Chevrolet. Please give them a chance. We love them. We love them. We love them.
We're thankful for them too.
Yes, and we need to sell some vehicles over there in Uvalde. So please, please, please buy one over there or hit me up and I'll put you in touch with the sales manager over there. We got to sell some cars over there because it is a brand new dealership to us and we are going to give it a go. So please, please, please. And the customer service is absolutely amazing over there, just like it is everywhere because it's the same standard. Old Salt Coffee, most delicious drip coffee that you can have. And Trevino 10 will get you a nice little discount. You're going to have coffee anyway. Eliminate the big coffee companies that you buy, overpay for coffee, and get this one. Pick Cherries. Download the app. Please, please, please. It is very important to us. Also, Rao Western Wear. Enter to win. Yep. We are giving away 2 tickets, 2 plane tickets to Vegas, 2 tickets to my show, room in Vegas. We are giving you backstage passes to my show. We are going to dress your husband in Rao Western Wear. All this, we're giving it away because we want you to wear Rao. So go to RaoWestern.com, go to SteveTrevino.com, look for it. We're also, it won't matter.
What?
Holy moly, it's right around the corner. The pictures.
Oh, yeah. Well, no. So we'll talk about that. I think we'll still accept pictures for a little bit. I don't know how long because we'll have to edit it. But when you watch this, I think you may still have a chance to submit a photo. You will. To submit a photo of if you are a hardworking man or woman, submit a photo of yourself. If you have a loved one that you would like to honor, submit a photo of them. And you can do that on Steve's website. And be featured.
Oh, yeah, because we can still do that because we're editing still.
Yeah, yes. We're going to edit. So you can still submit your photo if you haven't for the Netflix special. We would love to have your face in the special. We love you guys so very much, and I am thankful for my beautiful wife and her patience with me. And we will see you next time. God bless. Good night. Enjoy your Thanksgiving.